What's up, everybody? It's me, King Kai PhD. I'm back with another real or fake reaction where I basically react to some of the most outlandish and outrageous animated stories, and I gotta figure out to see if they're real or fake. And today on the list we have I pretended to be gay to see my bestie without clothes. I don't think this is the method, bro. Like, you pretend to be gay to see your best friend without clothes. I feel like there's easier ways to do this. Now, granted, I wouldn't know, but nevertheless, being gay, pretending to do that, that's a lifelong commitment. But we gonna see how it went for him, so let's get started, bro. Jesus.
Hi everyone, my name's Eric, and I'm 17 years old. I pretended to be gay to save my friendship, but it only made it worse. But first things first. So I have a friend named Sarah. Best friend, actually. Our mothers worked for the same company and we're friends as well. So Sarah and I have known each other since childhood. Even though we were the same age, I always thought of her as a little sister. We went to the same school, always helped out and supported each other. So you can understand how sweet of a person she is. I compete in Greco-Roman wrestling. And
That
Sarah,
sounds pretty gay to me.
even though she's not into sports, didn't miss a single competition of mine. I was hoping that our friendship would last forever, but one day, we were in our favorite cafe, and she confessed that she loved me. At that
crap.
moment, I almost choked on the juice I ordered. I guess you already understand. I could see her as my best friend, as my younger sister, basically as anything, but not as my girlfriend. So I told her the
Why,
same
she
thing,
chopped?
but her reaction wasn't very positive. That day, she literally ran home in tears. Oh, damn, it was incredibly painful to go through this. She was one of the dearest people to me. I always felt all of her pain, even twice as strong with her, but damn, what could I do if I didn't like her like that? I believe that the bitter truth is better than the sweetest lie. Nevertheless, it was necessary to calm her down somehow. I wanted her to understand that it was not about her because she's very beautiful. For real,
Oh, she's not
it's
chopped.
more of a psychological thing. But if I said something like, "It's not about you," I think she would have started worrying even more. By the way, you can write in the comments what you would have done in this situation, but I won't torture you by making you wait.
All right, so he's asking what I would do if, I was in this predicament. Low key, first of all, her throwing that bomb, saying that she loves me or whatever, I would not be able to look at her as like a cousin, a family member, close friend. No, I now look at her as a love interest. And this is what I would do. I'd either do one to two things. First of all, it really just depends on how life is going, okay? See, if I was already kind of talking to a few girls, right, and like it was kind of going good, and I could see something, I probably would just tell her like, oh yeah, like, I love you too, but like I don't really see it like that, you're like family to me, I have to take time out to see you like that, still give her hope that like I'm actually gonna like date her in the future, and maybe I could, maybe I couldn't. It just depends. So that's probably the first thing I would do. The second thing, which is probably what I would do in real life. If my love life was going horrible, like I'm not getting no girls, all the girls are ghosting me, like I'm getting no play, then I'll just be like, frick it, I love you too. And then we would have just started dating because my love life's cooked. Like I ain't got nothing going on. So yeah, those are the two things I'd probably do. Probably leaning towards the second one, to be honest with you.
At some point, I came up with a very unusual idea. I decided to pretend to be gay just so she would calm down. Think about it. It could solve all our problems
Why
right
was
away.
that the idea?
She would truly understand that it wasn't about her, and we would stay friends just like before. So, following my genius plan, I went to her house after school. And what do you think happened? The plan worked. We went to her room, I told her I was gay, and her sad face immediately switched to a cheerful one. At that moment, I felt like a freaking genius. Of course, I added that if I wasn't gay, we would have definitely started dating, and I could feel her heart melt.
Bro, come on, bro. See, that's the thing, bro. Why would you tell her that? You say, oh, if I wasn't gay, I would definitely date you. You're not gay, you're not dating her. Like, why are you giving her this false hope? Saying that you about to, no, you're not.
There was only one thing that bothered me. How do I put it? She was too quick to believe it. Moreover,
Obviously.
she even said that she started noticing some things about me a long time ago, like my manner of speech, my workout clothes. and much, much more. And like after I came out, everything fell into place.
Just a
Damn,
placebo.
that kind of hurt me. Anyway, it doesn't matter. In order to continue to be friends with Sarah, I had to get used to my new role from that very moment. And to be honest, I didn't spend much time thinking about the consequences. After I came out, our usual conversations were now mixed with self-care product discussions and gossiping about guys. Usually I avoided these conversations, but sometimes I had to keep it going. A couple of weeks passed and she was still on a mission to find someone to date. Do you know how she chose her boyfriend? She would send photos of potential candidates to me on Instagram and ask, "What do you think?" It was pretty weird for me when I said, "This one's kind of cute." In a couple of days, we found Dexter for her. Dexter is a friend of mine. Not a bad guy for our age. He liked her back, so we asked her out on a date. Well, can a girl go to a first date without new clothes? And can she choose what to wear without her gay friend? Just like she asked, I went to the mall with her, but I did not expect that there was a surprise waiting for me in the first store we entered. She asked me to go into the fitting room with her.
Oh, crap.
At that moment, I panicked. It was somehow wrong to go in just because she thought that a woman's body didn't turn me on, but I couldn't refuse to go in because she would suspect something. So in the end, I did go, and the things I saw in there made me completely change my attitude. As soon as I saw her in a bra, I no longer saw her as a sister.
Obviously.
And when that psychological barrier disappeared, I realized that I had really screwed up when I'd rejected her. It was like a switch in my head went off, and I realized how much I loved her.
You know how bad this sounds, bro? Yeah, I didn't really like her until I saw her with a bra on. Then I was in love with her. You know how bad that sounds, bro? Like,
I knew that I had to do something before she went on a date with Dexter. So when we picked out the clothes and we were on our way home, I told her everything. Man, I've never seen her like this. She was screaming at me and hitting me and crying, all of it at the same time. I just stood there, silently, patiently hoping that she would let her anger out and forgive me, and that we would be in the world's strongest relationships.
Oh my gosh,
but
bro.
when she was done, she said she didn't want to ever see me again and left. It was then I realized that I should have thought about the consequences. I tried to apologize to her. I texted her on Instagram, tried to talk to her by her house or at school, but she just ignored me. And the worst part is that she did start dating Dexter. She posted several photos with him every day, which was obviously to hurt me, I think. And to be honest, it worked. I was terribly jealous. And I didn't know what to do. But a week later, the answer came on its own. My classmate Claire asked me on a date. I know I'm a bad person, and you can judge me, but I agreed to date her to annoy Sarah.
Just wasting
on
her
the
time.
first day, I posted a picture of Claire on Instagram, and Sarah and I literally started an internet war. She posted pics of her kissing Dexter, and I posted myself kissing Claire. We posted a lot of pictures every day, and every next photo was more explicit than the previous one. Our other halves might have liked it, but I knew this battle had gone too far. I was lucky that after a week of our photo fight, Sarah and I celebrated our friendship anniversary. It was exactly 10 years since we met. She couldn't ignore me anymore, and we talked everything through. She reminded me what a jerk I had been, but in the end, she forgave me.
What?
At the same time, she agreed to friendship only, because Dexter was very nice to her, and her conscience would not let her leave him for no reason. It was a bummer, but friendship is better than nothing. I knew that my parents were planning to go to a different city for that upcoming weekend, so I suggested that Sarah set up a double date, for the sake of our truce. And she agreed. On Saturday evening, everyone gathered at my house and started having fun. I was still jealous of Dexter, but I tried to suppress it.
Whole girl next
We made
to
milkshakes, played Just Dance on Xbox,
Just Dance.
and everything was very nice. But I had another cunning plan for later. I wanted to kiss Sarah, so I suggested that we play Spin the Bottle. And so that no one would suspect anything, I said that all of this was purely for fun, and that you had to kiss the person no matter what. I mean, Sarah could kiss Claire, and I could kiss Dexter.
Dog, I don't understand this dude. This dude's ideas are horrible. I'm gonna be honest with you. This guy is willing to kiss a dude multiple times just to kiss a girl. What? Why? Like, what did he see in that changing room, bro? That making him act like this? I gotta admit, his commitment is honorable, but still, bro, It is not worth. Maybe this dude might be gay. He's really trying to risk kissing dudes to get to this girl, bro.
Everyone liked the idea, and we started playing. Thank God I didn't get Dexter very often. Unlike my previous plans, this one turned out good. I kissed Sarah a lot, and it was unforgettable. I think that Claire and Dexter noticed that Sarah and I were kissing in a particularly sensual way, but they didn't really care. Everyone liked it so much that we played it until late at night. And it was only then that we went to sleep in our own
You
rooms.
kissed a dude all night.
Claire was lying next to me, but I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about Sarah and how I would like to kiss her every day.
Dog, I don't understand this dude. This dude got a whole woman in his bed where he could get infinite kisses, and he could see way more than what he saw in that changing room, by the way. He could see way more with that girl. But for some reason, he's still hungry for Sarah, bro. I don't understand.
Not as a part of a game. At some point, I decided to go to the bathroom, hoping to meet Sarah there. And you know what? Apparently, we are like real lovers. We think the same way, because when I got there, she was already
What type of
waiting for
Hallmark
me.
movie is this, bro?
As I found out a few moments later, she was there for the same reason.
Of course.
She admitted that, no matter what, she still loved me, and added that we had the whole night ahead of ourselves. Of course, I had dreamt about this, but I could not believe that it was happening for real. This night was unforgettable. We just kissed until
Y'all
dawn.
should just swap
It was a bummer that the night was over so soon.
partners.
In the morning, Sarah acted as if nothing happened, but it didn't matter. The only thing that mattered was that I knew that we both want to be together, which meant that it was time to start acting. The next day, I broke up with Claire.
Wow.
It's a good thing I didn't get too close to her on purpose, so she wouldn't get hurt. Of course, she was not happy about it, but as a whole, the process of breaking up went down without any unnecessary hard feelings. As soon as we broke up, I immediately posted about it so that Sarah would know that I had taken the first step and was waiting for her to do the same. But for some reason, there was no answer. I waited until the end of the day, but then I could not restrain myself, so I texted Sarah first. It turned out that she had understood my hint perfectly, but she couldn't break Dexter's heart because he loved her too much. But I couldn't think about him kissing her anymore. So I decided to take matters into my own hands. It was clear that Sarah and I loved each other. But if she didn't want to be responsible for Dexter's broken heart, I decided to do it myself. I met with him and told him everything. His reaction was quite painful. Painful for me, but I deserved it. Then I ran to Sarah to tell her everything. But instead of the kiss that I so naively expected, I got slapped in the face. According to her, all they had to do was to wait for her to find a way to break up with Dexter painlessly. But she was shocked by my actions. She didn't care about my jealousy excuses. So as for now, she's ignoring me. However, I really hope that she'll forgive me soon, because everything I did was for us to finally be together.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. This guy kind of pissed me off, okay? Like, this guy just got whatever he wanted without any repercussions, okay? He has 2 girls chasing after him, one of them being his close friend for how many years, another one being a random girl that was crushing on him. And, like, bro, he's just like, do I want this one? Do I want that one? Like, this dude had options, bro. He does not deserve to have any options, bro. Like, this guy's just living his best life over here. And, like, I mean, yeah, we got left with a little cliffhanger at the end. We don't know if they really got back together. But, like, let's be for real here, bro. Like, she forgave him for far less. I wouldn't be surprised if they got back together after, like, a couple weeks after the incident. Like, all he really did was just speed up the inevitable. So, like, I don't know, bro. This is kind of annoying. But now for the question, is this video real or fake? Now, in my opinion, I pray that this video is fake. Because, like I said, this guy just got off scot-free, okay? And I don't like that, okay? There was no theme, there was no moral, nothing, okay? So, I'm gonna say that this video was fake just for my sake. Anyways, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see y'all in the next one.